Okay, let's go in here and check out some of the crypto news for the week. Came across this op-ed, The Emerging War for Talent and Cryptocurrency. I think this is a good precursor to telling you guys you better watch out any ICO that comes out and thoroughly investigate it, because all of the good people that write the code for cryptocurrencies right now, I think most of them are employed, and the only way that somebody else is going to get somebody is either use somebody that isn't near as good, because the best talent in the world, as I understand it right now, is all working on Bitcoin, and then there's a few that have spun off of there, and now they're working on other coins. So probably the majority of the good talent has already been absorbed. So if you're going to go out and check out a new ICO or something, you probably best do a lot of research on the people that are behind the ICO and see if they really have some talent behind them, or if they've got a bunch of guys that don't really know what they're doing and developing their cryptocurrencies. But this article goes through and talks about that, and they go in here and decide, what is talent, and are they going to be the next Google or Facebook? That's what every ad I seem to see anymore. It seems like, we got the newest, greatest, latest cryptocurrency. It's going to be better than Bitcoin. Well, so far nobody's really been better than Bitcoin. So far Bitcoin's still the number one in the market cap department. So just food for thought. Go out there and do some research on that before you just opt into a ICO that runs along and says they're the new greatest, best thing around. So and going across here, these 5 cryptocurrencies just got a huge boost with Abra support. I don't know if you've heard about the Abra, but they're going to kind of be the clearinghouse, and they're going to be using Litecoin, not the US dollar, to clear all their transactions. It looks like they're getting set up possibly to be an exchange, because everything in this article, it looks like it talks about they're getting 5 new cryptocurrencies to join the service, and they are Monero, NEM, Neo, Lisk, and Verge. Then they have already joined the 20 that are already listed on their services, which Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Dash, Dogecoin, Ethereum, Ethereum Classic, Gotham, Litecoin, Omisco, Quantum, Ripple, Vertcoin, Zcash, Bitcoin Gold, Stellar Lumens, Digibyte, Augur, Stratus, and Aux. So you might want to go out there and check out the Abra app, and it's basically a mobile app for your phone. I do not have it yet, but I'm hearing a lot of good positive things about it so far. Probably the biggest thing is that they're going to settle everything in Litecoin rather than going back to the US dollar. So for one, that'll make it super simple for them to track everything. Plus, it'll be extremely fast. They'll have virtually no fees to do it. So anyway. Okay, guys, I don't know if you're into the EOS ICO token or not. This is supposed to be, some people are saying, the Ethereum killer, but apparently they just found a big problem with the EOS smart tokens. So you may want to go out there and check out this article. So security audit firm discovers critical vulnerability in EOS smart contract system. Go in here and read the article. It looks like EOS Cybex Group has identified a critical vulnerability embedded in the EOS smart contract architecture. The flaw is strikingly similar to the batch overflow bug that crippled a long loss of ERC20 tokens, most predominantly beauty change, eventually leading to the suspension and trading of withdrawal of all ERC20 tokens across most major exchanges last week. The batch overflow exploit took advantage of a set of rather incautious lines of code containing the value for the variable amount, which was determined by the multiplication of the values for the variables C and T and value. Hackers simply set the value of the amount in the 1/8 of the nation and passing outrageously large numbers through the code, causing it to overflow, which generated the wallets targeted by the hackers an ungodly number of tokens every time. And because the law of the smart contract deems anything to be ratified by the code to be completely valid, each transfer was classified as legitimate, allowing for the generation of practically unlimited tokens out of thin air. Ooh, that's a major problem. I'm glad I don't own a lot of this token. My exposure on this one, I've always been suspect of this one, but the biggest thing with EOS is my biggest issue is EOS is not a proven system. It's not like Bitcoin where it's got only 21 million coins that are going to be produced, and Bitcoin by far and away is the most secure system out there. It's never been hacked, and as I understand it, all the computing power on it that's securing it is going to keep it that way probably for years to come. That is, providing you have a secure wallet to keep it in. If you don't have a secure wallet, you may want to check out the Armory wallet, because I think in my world, I think the Armory wallet is probably one of the safest places to keep your Bitcoin, because trust me, when I put my coins in there, it's hard to get them back out. Trust me, anytime I've tried to get them back out of there, it's hard. I can do it, and like I say, I'm not technical, so I've had to learn a lot of this stuff. I've had to write to some of the developers and get their input on how to unlock the coins, but I'd much rather have them that way than having issues with them where somebody can go in there, compromise the wallet, and take them out. I think that's some of what EOS has issues with here right now, is they don't have their software buttoned up yet, and I think it's probably going to be years to come before all of these issues are going to get worked out and all the bugs pushed out of the system. So anyway, Line of Tech took a close look at the batch flow overview exploit and investigated the EOS blockchain smart contract architecture using the integer overflow vulnerability detection and security verification, and found that the smart contracts on the EOS blockchain are subject to almost the exact same vulnerability. Another issue. So anyway, if you own some of these coins, you really might want to go out there and research that. Read this article and go do some more research. Form your own opinion, because I am not a financial expert and I'm not making buy-sell recommendations on this site or any way, shape, or form. So anyway, just an update. Thanks. And here is yet another article about the cryptocurrencies and the IMF. So, yet another article talking about it. No macro-critical risk from the cryptocurrency, says the IMF. The International Monetary Fund, I did a video on this last week. Again, here it is again, isn't terribly worried about the financial stability risk of cryptocurrencies. So it seems like the IMF is pretty much backing cryptocurrencies despite all the FUD you're hearing everywhere else, how the government's going to take them over and they're going to steal all your coins and et cetera, which I've never really believed, mainly because I don't think a lot of these people that are promoting that understand how a decentralized cryptocurrency even works. I think they probably need to go back and take a basic course on like Napster and BitTorrent, because that's basically the roots of all of this. Napster kind of started it, but it was all on a centralized server. So then the government ultimately searched them down, found them, and they shut it down. Well, it wasn't long after that. I think it was just a matter of a couple of weeks. Somebody else came out with new decentralized software called BitTorrent. And so everybody started uploading all the music to servers all over the world and all over everybody's PC, and hence that's where the idea of Bitcoin came from. That way no one person controls it, and it's not in one central location, so it can't be shut down. So, but I think this article here again, like I said in my last video, looks like the IMF is pretty much endorsing now cryptocurrencies. Here recently, the SEC of the U.S. government, they had a hearing on cryptocurrencies and what kind of legislation they wanted to pass regarding it. And essentially, they didn't pass anything that was detrimental to the cryptocurrencies. I think long term, they're wanting to let these things get up and running before they start legislating them, and at least give them some free reign, kind of like they did, which was probably one of the best things they did with the internet when the internet was created. Now, there were naysayers back then, too, that thought the internet was a fad and it would have no greater impact than a fax machine and stuff like that. Of course, today we can all know that that was pretty silly, and it's nothing that's even worth looking at. So, anyway, that's kind of the cryptocurrency news for the week. So, stay tuned. I'll post more. Thanks.